Okay, you guys ready to see tons of Lego sets? Because guess what? It is that time. Welcome back to Brick Printz Studio. Okay, so in this video, we're going to be covering a couple of Lego sets, all of which are very, very awesome. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, but let's dive right into this, starting with a Lego Star Wars set. Right, set number 1. Here it is. It is Luke Skywalker's X-Wing Starfighter, Red 5. It's got a really nice opening cockpit. I think the interior could be a little bit better. It's probably the most accurate looking one yet, though, like in terms of Lego X-Wings. And this is also the first accurate sized X-Wing that does not have rubber bands wrapped around the rockets. It's got some spring-loaded missiles on the bottom, not the top, so you just simply push those up and they fire. Again, not going to do it. On the top here, you can press this down and the wings will open up, just like they do in the actual Star Wars movies. And this looks incredibly good from the front. Just take a look at that. And the back, actually. Probably one of the most challenging things about this set, though, in the build process, was this. This was the Technic thing, basically, that caused most of the problems. But other than that, everything on this looks good. Next up, we have 4 characters. Oh, wait, actually, I should probably cover that. R2-D2, this little droid here, can actually fit into the X-Wing there. The reason why they have droids, by the way, in Star Wars is because the X-Wings are too small to have co-pilots, so they put droids there instead. And it's a very smart move, because actually droids would be able to think through all the possible scenarios very, very quickly. So they can give advice fast, basically. Next up, we have Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing uniform, so you can tell he's obviously supposed to go in there. He's got his lightsaber and a double-sided head. Well, I better bring this closer so you guys can see. Face number 1, face number 2. Next character is Princess Leia. Basically the Princess Leia from the actual movie. Again, this is definitely a set from A New Hope. Very nice piece for the dress there. And my siblings have made it apparent that Princess Leia's hair buns on the side look kind of like goat horns. I'm sorry, Hollywood. That's just how it looks. But this character also has a double-sided head, which I'm very sure is just simply a form of Black Widow's face. Next up, we have General Dudana. I've got no idea if I pronounced that correctly, but according to the box, that's what his name is. Does he have a double-sided head? He does, okay. Completely forgot about this one. I have noticed that some of these characters appear to be very cartoonish, or at least their faces look a little bit cartoony. So, the thing is, this is probably hinting at Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which is the most advanced Lego video game yet. I really want to play it. I don't know if I'll be able to, though, so if I can, it'll all show up on this channel. It's a game where you can play through all 9 episodes of Star Wars in Lego form. Let's move on to the next set. Next up, we have this really big Lego Technic McLaren. Thank you very much to the person who provided me with this Lego set. I have very much enjoyed it so far. Time to do more of the review, though, so let's get right onto it. So this gear on top, it actually can turn the wheels. And about that gear, this is a little bit ridiculous. It's here on the car. It's not on the box. The gear is completely missing from the top, but is on the back. Can the camera see that? I don't think it can. Right there. It's there. The next fun feature we have on this is the fact that if you turn the back wheel, it will move the pistons inside up and down. That's a very simple mechanism. It's just this. Like, the wheel turns that, and it is not affected by the other wheel at all. All wheels spin independently. Finally, we have the doors, which open like this. Both ones will. Also, LEGO made a slight error. They put the British flag all over this, but put the steering wheel on the left-hand side. So, I think they forgot that in the US we put it on the left side, and also in most nations around the world, but in countries that most countries that were British territory, it's on the right. Also on this, just take that extra L out of mil, and it would be mile, and therefore a pun. This set took me 2 hours and 30 minutes to build 3 bags. Whereas the X-Wing, which had 4 bags, took me about 45 minutes. So, if you want this set, heads up, you're going through a lot of work to get this done. Right, let's move on to the next set. Alright, it's now a new day, because I've had to go buy the LEGO set for this video. But this time we've got a Ninjago set, but it's still a car. So, let's do a quick review on this. This is Jay's and Nia's racing car EVO, and I kept getting told that this set does not look good at all. I think it looks awesome, but it's even cooler when you're building it. So, let's do this right now, and spoiler alert, I've already built it! This is the empty box. Moving on. Right, so let's start with the 2 vehicles here. Let's see here, which one though? Helicopter or the car? We'll probably go with the car. So, this is very obviously Jay's car. You can probably tell by all the lightning around here. This is one of the new sets from 2021, or at least the end of 2021. It's got a really big flag in the back, some guns, and a lot of golden bricks. But it's not all gold. There is some yellow there. It might just be bad because of all the light reflection here, but in my mind, the only thing I can see from those yellow parts is Banana Laffy Taffy. So, since I've already broken this off, we'll do a quick review on this. This is basically Nia's jetpack or hover thing. I can't tell if she's supposed to attach to the front like this or stand up like that. A little bit confusing, but it just attaches right onto the top there and can easily be taken off. Again, not going to shoot the guns, as usual, because I don't like shooting guns while on camera. I can also open this up to reveal it's a 2-wide inside. I'm so glad LEGO's been making more of those, because they're just great. Also, about this, I thankfully kept the sticker thing around because look how little stickers this set came with. It's rare that I get a LEGO set with very few stickers. Moving on, we have the helicopter. It belongs to the snakes in Ninjago. Indiana Jones would cower at season 1 of that. But, as I just revealed, spinning propeller, nice and easy. My brother brought up this morning that it's got no tail propeller. Turns out there are helicopters that don't have those, and one fin can just be applied and it will still work. Alright, in the front here, we can open this up. This seems very similar to one of the Ant-Man sets from 2018 or 2019. It's got a little joystick in there that you can move to there, because that's where it's supposed to go. No actual firing guns on this one, by the way. Instead, we've got what appears to be, like, those as guns? I've never seen LEGO use those in an official set, only in content creators who make military content. So that's very interesting. Next up, we've got what appears to be like little acid containers, maybe? My dad and I have a bit of a running joke. Whenever I build something, he always touches it and it breaks. That's what happens with this. You just simply touch it, or at least in that case I pushed it off as a demonstration, but that usually just breaks. That's more or less all for this helicopter. Oh, wait, I forgot, or at least almost did. New brick! As soon as I can pry it off. There we go. That is new. I have never seen this before. It's only 2 plates tall as well, so that's very, very cool. Moving on, we have the minifigures, starting, of course, with Jay and his Laffy Taffy sword. The sword can come out, as usual. That's the usual thing with Ninjago sets. Set of nunchucks, right in there. And he does have a double-sided head, but is that? Nah. And you can take his hair off to replace it with a mask. I don't know why you would want to replace it with a mask, though, especially after 2020. Next up, we have Nia and her very big weapon. There is also... It's been a long time since I've seen one of these arrow parts. I thought they had retired these parts, but apparently they're back. Orc swords are also back, apparently, because that's one of the swords that an orc would use in Lord of the Rings. Double-sided head, and no headgear replacement. Blue sword can come out, and that is a very blue sword. Speaking of blue swords, before I move on to the rest of the characters, if you get this set, this is the amount of spare swords you're going to be having. It's a lot. So, prepare for a lot of extra swords. Next up, we have a Boa Destructor. It's a kind of snake from Season 1 of Ninjago, with a very metallic-looking mask and some pretty big gauntlets. He's the one that flies the helicopter. Again, don't let Indiana Jones anywhere near this. And finally, we have a Cobra Mechanic. Flamethrowers attached to the back. That's freaky. A wrench and a sword. The funny thing is about the box, it's funny you can see this targeting the car, like it's going to be able to do anything. Alright, next set. Actually, before we move on to the next set, I'm quickly going to point out, I'm going to have to move this whole shelf back, forward a couple inches, because I've basically run out of room. Next up, we've got this LEGO Holiday Camper Van. This is an incredibly simple build, and it's not going to take long to review, although at this point this video is probably about to hit 20 minutes. So, it's got to end very, very soon. We've got about 2 more sets after this one, though. So, let's do this quick review. Right, so here's the actual van itself. Nice and simple. It's got an opening side. It's over on this side. So you can just get into the interior. And at the moment, I kind of forgot to put the 2 chairs and table in there. So give me just a second. And there we go. There's the little table and chair set up. Next, I'm going to close that up, and we can open the interior as well. So there's a top-down view. There's a top-down view of the driver's seat. Opening doors as well. After that, we can just put this back on, and there's even a little bed in there. It might be the worst LEGO bed I've ever seen, though. So, if you want to improve upon a LEGO bed, this is definitely the set to get. Next up, we've got 3 minifigures, my bad. A little frying pan with an egg in it, and some, water dispenser things. There's the egg, and here's the little water thing. Next up, I guess I could take out 2 minifigures in one here. We have a guy here who is holding a baby, and is also holding a Lego strawberry, so that's very interesting. There's the little baby. He can come out of his carrier. See? Like that. Next up, we've got the girl here, and she's holding, like, the baby cup and camera. Also has a double-sided head, so she's the one who's supposed to sleep in the bed. That's more or less it for this set. I just quickly want to point out, if you want to get this set, then you're in for a lot of good pieces. This comes with donuts, cameras, strawberries, even baby carriers. It's just a lot of great stuff. There's the back of the box. Next set. Okay, set number 5. This is a Lego Imperial TIE Fighter, and that guy just keeps on falling over. This is a Lego Imperial TIE Fighter, and you will not believe the amount of trouble I've gone through to get this for the sake of this video. But let's do this quick review, and then it's going to go on my shelf right behind me. So, let's start with the actual TIE Fighter. 3 bags, no stickers, surprisingly. It's got a lot of design, but there is no stickers at all. The cockpit will open up like that, and it's got a nice little interior. I'm surprised Lego didn't actually add some design on those control panels up front, but it still does look pretty accurate. It also just happens to have the missiles in the back. You press those down, and they fire out through the front. Next up, we've got the minifigures. This is the Imperial Fighter Pilot, or as the box calls him, the Fighter Pilot. It doesn't want to say Imperial more than once on the box. So, little blaster, nice helmet. This actually has a exposed head there. You could just simply take him up and take it off, and that's Lex Luthor's head from an old Justice League set. But he will fit nicely into the TIE Fighter here, so I'm just gonna pop it open, take the gun out of his hands, make him sit, and he's good in there. He'll have a good time flying through the galaxy torturing people, I guess. Next up, we have this droid who looks like his head is a mosquito. No additional weapons or anything for him. He's just like a random minifigure who just happens to come with the set. So, that's that. Next up, we have an Imperial Stormtrooper. The helmet is a little bit different from previous ones. Also, the head cannot turn. He's got a gun here, which is the classic battle droid / stormtrooper gun we've seen before. Nice and simple. I feel like the back of the helmet looks a little too chunky. And I'm a little bit worried because now I think that I'm the stormtrooper, because that's the exact head I use on the minifigure version of me. So, that's a slight problem. But that's that. That's this set covered. Here's a quick look at the box. So, yeah, really cool. Final set. Okay, final set for the day. Actually, multiple days, because this is taking me so long to make. We have a Spider-Man mech with Miles Morales. I hope I said that name correctly. On the actual set, by the way, it has this web shooter thing. I unfortunately have lost it. Moving the box out of the way. I said moving the box out of the way. There we go. We've got this is the basic mech, and is the only thing that comes in the set. He's got a web shield here, as I mentioned earlier. I lost the web shooter thing. And the minifigure can actually come out, and this is him. By the way, that hood is more or less something that only looks good on him. It looks good on barely anything else. On the actual mech, which is constantly breaking, there are no stickers, as far as I can remember. Yeah, no stickers. But it's a nice and easy set. It's basically the kind of $10 thing you'd get if you're bored. But it's still a fun little build, lots of mobile parts, and I am very happy with this. So, let me grab the joke of the day, and we'll wrap up this days-long video. Okay, with this now glorious Lego collection behind me, it's time to tell the joke of the day. Last time the question is, why are horses so good at business? The answer is, they have a stable economy. This time the question is, what kind of snake is really good at building stuff? The answer will be in the next video as always. But for now, my name has been Brick Printz, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Next time, we're going to do a little bit more of a complex video as well, so I hope you guys enjoyed that one as well. But for now, see you next time!